Barbie! I told you to wait in the dream house.
Boys, avenge me! Avenge me! Avengers!
Bazinga.
Scruffy-looking nerf herders.
Ethan Hunt contacted you?
I am good, Rooster. I'm very good.
So you are Yoi's a trainer who trains.
Gonzo the Great will ride this baby again.
Hello and welcome to episode 81, a weirdly delayed episode of the Furious Podcast. We were doing some stuff, which we're going to talk about, which is why the episode is happening on a Wednesday, and then we will be back again Monday of next week. But, Jack, welcome back to Dry Land. Welcome back.
I know.
Survive the cruise.
I know. The cruise was great. It was so much fun. We went to 3 locations in Alaska, and then for some reason, because of laws, we had to stop in British Columbia somewhere. Had a good time, a lot of fun. Was really hoping to see Wicked on the top of the boat, but the boat was like 40 degrees, 45 degrees at the top of the boat. So No one wanted to go watch Wicked, which was unfortunate. But I made up for my fair share of movie watching on the ride home.
Nice.
As you know,
Nice.
I got stuck in. I had the pleasure of hanging out in Detroit for. Oh my gosh, I didn't get home until like 3 a.m. last night. I didn't leave Detroit until like 1 a.m. So I was there from
Sounds like you had a good time.
4 or 5. It was a blast. You know, it was just kind of I was watching some movies, getting situated into being back on land. It was nice. It was good.
That's awesome.
I didn't do anything massive. Obviously, I went on vacation, but you had the interesting weekend.
Yes. Charles, who is unfortunately stuck at the office because he took one vacation day, so it set him back at least 8 to 12 months. We went to San Diego Comic-Con. It was, to say it lately, an incredible experience. We learned a lot. We learned a lot about how to do Comic-Con correctly, actually. So I think next year will be a much better year of us trying to actually do things. We're going to try to get Jack to go next year so we can be there. But no, it was incredible. It was exhausting. I mean, it's all day, every day. Like, everywhere you go is just stuff to see. Big plug for the socials. If you're not following us on social media anywhere, links in the description below. We were posting as we went along throughout the weekend, which was very fun. Some really, really cool stuff. Got to sit on some panels. So we sat on the Peacemaker Season 2 panel. We got to see a Star Trek one. The best one of the entire weekend was Project Hail Mary. That was Ryan Gosling came out.
That's
South
awesome.
Park, it was incredible. That one was just so amazing. The South Park creators, we saw that one. Really just interesting stuff. A ton of stuff to just look at and just be amazed that some of the stuff exists. A lot of great costumes everybody had. And the biggest thing too is just everybody was just really, really nice. Everywhere we went, every restaurant, every person was just very polite, especially for how much stuff is waiting in line for something, and if you don't get it with the guy next to you cuts in front of you, no one would cut. I was just very impressed with all that. So good vibes all around. Very, very fun time, and we'll talk about it a little more as we get into some news for some stuff, as some of it is pertinent to what we saw.
Literally just throughout the week, I was lucky enough, when we would get off the boat, just because I didn't have internet the entire week, so I would be able to receive text, but I wouldn't be able to send them because you'd have to pay for the whole Wi-Fi package. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. Yeah.
I know, but I would see the photos come through and be I saw the photo of you with the Lego Wicked, with Glinda and Alphaba. I was like, that's so sick. And then I saw some of the stuff in the archives for the Instagram, which was fun, and I liked going through that. It was, and then RJ's just posting a ton too.
RJ was posting a lot, which is
he was fitted out too. I feel like he had some awesome shirts for the weekend.
Dude, with the t-shirt game went insane, to say the least.
I'm
trying to get a video downloaded into the pod that's very specific to our podcast. Let's see if I can get it. You can keep going.
I don't know if Charlie had bought this prior, but did he buy the Cyclops shirt?
No, he had that.
He had
that, yeah.
I was surprised he didn't bring it up because I remember last week we were talking about what he was going to wear, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm just going to wear my Superman hat." I'm like, dude, you gotta just go all in, you know?
Oh yeah. No, like,
Like,
like next year I'm gonna do some kind of dress up for at least a day. I got it.
Really?
Yeah, I got it. Because
You
I
can
know they
do
were
it.
like I felt left out at some points when we walked around.
Really?
I mean, I had a themed T-shirt for every single day, like, and I was like, you could tell where I was going, but it was just one of those things where I was like, dang, I wish I was a little more prepped.
You could do like the Glenn Powell Top Gun. That's I don't know if that's like too like mainstream
No,
necessarily,
I think that'd be good.
but like I feel like you could pull that off. You could pull that off.
Hey, thanks, man. All right, well, I'm trying to get this figured out. The next though is the big moment of the day. I'm gonna set this up as I'm figuring out how to get there. So, for those who don't know, Saturday is like the big panel day. So we decided to go bright and early, and once you're in, you can sit through all the other panels. They don't kick you out in between panels. So, like, basically, once you're in, you're in. If you leave, you got to get back in line, and it's like a whole nightmare. So we decided Saturday to sit. So the first panel of the day was Coyote versus Acme, which comes out next year. It was a great panel. They talked about the movie. They talked about like all of what's going to happen. Obviously, they talked about like the movie being canceled and canned and then being kind of saved. We got some free merch, which was very cool. So really, overall, just a very cool panel. They showed us the first trailer, which isn't released for like I think 6 more months. The movie looks awesome. Wow. Like I'm very, very excited to see this. This skyrocketed up my most anticipated for next year. It looks beyond funny in a way that I think will work really, really well. And I'm very excited for that. The second panel of the day was The Bad Guys 2.
Oh,
and,
top 5 box office. The
top
Bad
5
Guys
box
2?
office. I was like, all right, top 5 box. This is my guys. It's my guys right here. I'm ready. I'm locked in. And then, Jack, the moment of the day happened. We're sitting there. They come out. They introduce the cast, and a very special someone is on that cast. And I'm just going to play the video and let it speak for itself.
We also have Anthony Ramos. Woo! And of course, Aquafina.
For those not watching the pod, Anthony Ramos appears at San Diego Comic-Con right in front of Charles, and the face he made, I mean, he was appalled. And then the best part of the whole thing is, Anthony Ramos is up there. They ask a question. They go, what was the movie that made you fall in love with movies and let you know that this was what you wanted to do? And without skipping a beat, Anthony Ramos goes, it's got to be Lord of the Rings. And it was just a cherry on top of the entire situation. I mean, it was just perfect. It was perfect.
Oh, man.
As it could have been. So just an incredible For the Pod moment.
We got to throw that on the socials somewhere.
I want to put it as like a part.
Like
I'm going to post or something, or put it in a part of
like a dump or something.
It's got to be. I mean, it's simply too good.
That just had to be like the dagger. The fact that Anthony Ramos and Charlie are just, in fact, have the same cinema taste. It's just got to drive him it's going to make him so upset.
But no, I mean, overall, it's really cool. A lot of just very cool stuff. I really enjoyed it. I was a little more fiscally responsible than I thought I was going to be. It's overwhelming though. Like literally, the first day, I mean, you're just walking around just staring, like you don't know what to do because there's just so much stuff.
I'm sure.
But no, I'm very excited for next year. I think next year's gonna be big. I think next year the Avengers will have a panel for sure, just because December the new one's gonna come out. I wouldn't be shocked if we got the Batman, maybe in some capacity, or even like a Superman 2 kind of thing. I really think DC and Marvel are going to come out swinging next year. That's what everyone we talked to in line was just like, this is like the down year. Like this is like the calm before the storm that is next year. So fingers crossed we get some tickets for next year as well. So hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, even the fact you guys got Ryan Gosling, Anthony Ramos, John Cena.
Oh yeah, I know. Everyone been like it's a down year. We saw and then also Peter Dinklage we saw because he talked about
that's sick.
Toxic Avenger. Which that actually looked pretty good. Like I was kind of out on that movie and it looked pretty good. Elijah Wood we saw for Frodo, which that was very funny, that panel.
Charlie not there? Was he there?
Charlie was not there for the Frodo. So he missed Frodo but got to see Anthony Ramos talk about Frodo. But that was very funny too because they had like fans come up and ask questions, and every single person was asking questions of Peter Dinklage. And after like the 5th one, he was just like, "Guys, has anyone seen Lord of the Rings in this room? Like, why was everyone asking me questions?" And it was a good chuckle from the crowd. But a very, very fun Comic-Con for sure. What we didn't know is on Sunday, we didn't have tickets for Sunday, but on Sunday, George Lucas had his first ever appearance in panel, and apparently the line was just atrocious to try to get it. So we weren't there, but maybe next time. So yeah,
We love George Lucas.
we do.
love George Lucas.
We do love George. He like poetry, it rhymes. So that's George Lucas. But yeah, no, very excited for next year. Learned a lot about how to actually do it, how to get in line, get in the proper lines, because that was a big issue as well. But no, overall, just great time. So yeah.
Man.
That's Comic-Con.
So do you guys have like a haul? Or you guys, or did you buy some stuff? I don't know if you guys
buy
want
some stuff. Yeah.
I mean,
I will. So yours is in the mail. I shipped that today. So hopefully by next week we'll have.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped to see that.
Later. It's kind of up on the wall, but I got a Stranger Things Demogorgon that was limited edition. It's up there now. And then a Superman figure that's right there.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. No, but just honestly, like some of the stuff that we did want was just so limited edition we couldn't get it. But now next year we know how to get it, so I think we'll be good next year.
Really?
Yeah, I really we got so much free stuff that it kind of threw off my buying that I was gonna do.
Really?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was like stuff you liked. It wasn't just.
Oh
like,
yeah, I mean, like
free.
every day the Adult Swim, if you're the first 750 and to get to the Adult Swim, they would give you a free Smiling Friends figure. So 2 days we made it. So I got Mr. Boss and Glep. So that was pretty cool. And then the last day they gave out Pim and Charlie, but we were in the panels. So, but overall, just like a lot of free stuff. Like everywhere you went, they gave away free pins and stuff, which is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I feel like I would like the pins, like the.
Yeah. Oh, that was one thing I
Big.
did buy. It's somewhere around here. I bought a Muppet Show pin. It was
Sick.
$10. It's nice. It's like the logo. But yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, even going, I remember I went to like the Louisville Comic-Con back, like way back when. I don't know, I was like middle school, early high school, and I would literally, like, it'd be so hard not to want to buy everything in there. So I could only imagine when it's like.
There was a lot of stuff that like we didn't quote unquote get. Like there's like the Lullaboos. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're like
Labubu.
Yeah, Labubu.
Yeah.
Those were we were just like, I don't get this. I don't
either.
The Funko Pops were another big one. We were like, that's not really for us. Some of the stuff that we did really like was like they had like a lot of themed Hot Wheels, but we couldn't. That was the one that was like sold out before we can get it. Like they did Jaws and Back to the Future one that sold out like no joke in the first 30 minutes. So like stuff like that was. They had a pretty cool Obi-Wan versus Anakin episode 3 final battle like on the lava like figurine statue. And RJ got 2 of those and sent them home, for one for him and one for his brother. So that was pretty cool. Those were nice. But yeah, I mean the Stranger Things one, they only made 1,000 of those, and it lights up. It's pretty sweet. So I'm pretty pumped with that.
I'm sure I could talk to you about everything that they have for sale at this place for like.
No, there's a lot of cool stuff, but
no, I'm sure.
But no, learned a lot how to do the offsites. The offsites we kind of fumbled the bag on. Next year we're good. We got it now. Also, next year will be like the biggest podcast in the world, so like they'll just invite us.
100%.
But hey, want to get into some what we've been watching?
Yeah. Do you want to go first? I kind of had a late.
First.
It was like such a late week for me. I almost caught myself up, but
I did some classic plane rides. So I have some rules about plane movies. They gotta be simple. Simple number one. I'm not on the plane to think. All right. I'm not there to think. I'm there to just enjoy. The second one is it's got to be like you could look away for a few minutes and come back and you still know what's happening. Those are my 2 rules. So with that in mind, the first movie I watched was 10 Things I Hate About You. And I love that movie. I think it's great. It's literally comfort food as a movie. I really like it. 1999. Gave that 3.5 stars. Really enjoyed. Second one was The Sandlot, because we talked about it 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah, 4th of July, or almost a month ago.
Oh my god, yeah, it's actually August already. It's just insane.
I know.
So The Sandlot, gave that 3.5 stars. Also, really like it. Everything we said during that draft was correct. Just like the feelings and like just all of it is just so perfect. Then I watched Fantastic Four: First Steps, which I'll talk about my theater experience when we get to it. But a very interesting theater experience, to
Okay.
say the least. And then on the way back, I watched The Martian, which I hadn't seen in like years.
Great Ridley Scott,
Actually,
man.
I watched The Martian because of you. Because I was like, I wonder what Jack's doing right now. And then I was thinking when I went on a cruise, and when I was on the cruise, I watched The Martian for some reason. And so I was like, oh, I'll watch The Martian. I give it 4.5 stars. It is. No, I almost got crazy there. I almost said it's Ridley's best. It's not, but it's very, very good.
Yeah.
The Martian is quite good. Also because the guy who wrote The Martian also wrote Project Hail Mary, which I did buy, and I will read the book, and I will let you guys know. So as
It's
much
like
as
200 pages, right?
it's like 400. I looked.
400?
I know. I got to like chapter 2, and I was like, wow, this is a thick book. So I'll get back to you in 6 to 8 business months. And then the last one I watched, which I'd like to talk about in detail when we get to the end, is Happy Gilmore 2. Did you watch Happy Gilmore 2?
So I wanted to watch it on the way home.
Okay.
My grandpa watched it and had some thoughts, so maybe I can throw that in there.
All right. I'll save it. I'll save it for after Fantastic Four before we end. But we'll
yeah.
cross that bridge when we get there.
Planning on watching it tomorrow just because I
Okay.
wanted to watch it as a fan. That's like I feel like it's a family movie almost, like where you want to watch it and just kind of like laugh with each other, not necessarily like a plain, or at least for me, that's how I feel about it.
I think that.
Like comedies, like I want to watch them with people.
I think that this would benefit greatly from that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I think this would definitely benefit greatly from that.
Because I feel like if I sit and watch it by myself, I'm not like the biggest Happy Gilmore fan in the first place. Like I think it's a good movie, but I'm not like crazy about it. But if I watch the second one by myself, especially after some of the stuff I've seen, I'm not.
Fair
That's
enough.
not really something I'm trying to do.
Fair enough. But let's get into some news, why don't we?
Oh
wait, no, you have a list. Duh.
Yeah.
So,
No. Sorry. So my airplane, I have no rules, and for some reason, it just happens to be that I just watch whatever I want. And for some reason, I'm in the mood to just like cross stuff off. I think I brought this up last week, that poster I have where it's like the scratch off top 100 movies. Obviously, you can give or take a couple, but I've gotten too comfortable rewatching stuff. So I was like, all right, I need to go after that. For some reason, I think watching those movies on my iPad on a plane is just like the perfect place to do that. I'm like, you know what?
Really?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Like when I actually think about it, I'm like, yeah, I want to be on my couch, like really comfortable with a big screen, nice sound system, watching these movies that people consider to be, some of the best or whatever. But that's just not the case. For some reason, my entire family had maxed out our HBO downloads because we weren't going to have internet on the cruise and everything. So like I couldn't download on a couple of our streaming services because they had completely maxed it out. So I was last minute trying to pull together some things. And that's how I ended up doing like Chinatown and There Will Be Blood last week.
Yeah.
This week, I ended up doing The Godfather Part 2.
Oh,
Really good. And dare I say, if I watched it on like a big old screen, might be perfect for me.
yeah, I think I would have liked it.
Yeah. Really, really good though. Have you seen it?
I have seen The Godfather Part 2.
Okay.
I actually was planning on this fall doing like a Godfather day and just
just
making
rip
like
through
a
all of
big
them.
bowl of ziti and just ripping through them all. Some ziti,
Mozzarella?
some red wine. Yeah, a lot of bread. Just as many carbs as I can shove down my gullet and just sit back and watch the crime family do their thing.
Well, that sounds pretty epic. I mean, the funny thing about it was like before watching this one, I really wasn't like all in. And like the first Godfather, I was like, it's a good movie. I'm not like, again, can appreciate the technical aspects of the filmmaking and how grand and big it feels. But then I wasn't like, man, this is like one of the greatest movies of all time, personally.
Fair
enough. Then I watched this one and I was like, you know what? Maybe I think I understand this now. And it's probably all I had to do was watch The Sopranos, and now I'm fully locked into the mafia business.
Yeah. Do I sound better right now, by the way? Sorry.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I just realized I was just not using the mic that I paid like $100 for. I was using just the pure mic. So I don't know how long that's been going. So sorry for people who are like listening and they're just like, why does Hunter sound like shit? It's like, oh, sorry. I didn't know. My bad.
By the way, I'm hoping to get a mic soon. Fingers
Whoa.
crossed.
I'm very excited
like,
to see
not-
the quote unquote studio you end up with when you finally move into this apartment. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I miss having, even just like in my college house, it's just I miss the posters in the background and in the backdrop and just kind of the buildup that I had. But
speaking of that, Jack, I was close, man. I was so close to getting Charles to buy something he did not need. It was moments away. Like it was $1,000 and it was moments away. Yeah, so we're standing there. Sorry to just take over, but like we're standing there in front of this 2.5 foot tall Galactus statue, and I'm like, Chuck, you gotta get it. And he's like, no, I don't know. And I was like, dude, come on. When else are you here? Like, you just simply have to do it. And then he scans like the QR code there, and it says $200. And it's like, oh my god, $200. Like, hell yeah, I'm in. And then the fine print says, this is a down payment. The other $800 gets taken out when it's shipped. And so that didn't really, but like the whole weekend, he was like, I'm thinking about it. But then the stranger things, I get in line. I'm the only one in line. Like we're leaving. Like the doors are in front of us. It's the last booth, and the stranger things is right there. And I'm like, I'm gonna stop and get it. And the woman behind the counter is like, do you want one or two? And I leaned back to Charles and I was like, Chuck, you want one, right? And he's like, well, and then all of the workers just stare at him. And the peer pressure of the moment was like, yeah, I'll get one. So I bought him for him. And immediately we walking out. He's like, I did not need that. So I got him for $30. I got him for $30. I didn't get the 1,000, but I got him for 30.
Okay.
I'll take it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It would have been so crazy just to look in his backdrop and he just has this massive Galactus statue.
Simply did not need.
See, that's what I feel like I missed. It's just like the in the moment you're like, dude, I have to buy this.
Yeah. No, there were a couple of those where I was like, man, I really need to get this.
That's so funny. That's great.
Yeah. All right, back to you. I'm very sorry for taking over again.
No, all good. But then I watched Stand By Me. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like a Rob Reiner.
Oh, dude, I
really
love
good.
Stand By Me.
Really good movie. I don't think I like connected, obviously, or I just didn't really connect. I don't connect with a lot of these characters on like a personal level, and I thought that would kind of hinder my ability to kind of appreciate it heading into it. But I think how well they're able to like portray like being so young and having real conversations with your friends when you are that age. I think they just capture it so well, and I think that's what makes it just such a good movie. Because literally they're just running around doing stupid stuff for 90 minutes. And I really liked it. I liked it.
Have you ever looked into the Rob Reiner directing run he went on?
No, I know. I did look at like it's
so from
Sally,
from 84 to 92, he did This Is Spinal Tap, The Sure Thing, Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. He did all of
Misery?
those. Yeah, he did all. He followed up Harry Met Sally with Misery.
See, I haven't seen that movie, but I've just heard like it's freaky, and that's what won. I'm totally blanking on her name. It won her Oscar. The crazy lady in Misery.
Oh, what's her like actual name?
Yes, I'm blanking. I'm pulling it up. Kathy Bates. That's it. Okay, but yeah, that's just insane. It's crazy because I look at his filmography and it's just such a like almost diverse. As where some directors they kind of just throw you into a bucket, or they're thrown into a bucket, and like they make these types of movies. As where I feel like he's just all over the place.
All over the place.
And I feel like you can appreciate that, especially if like I haven't seen Misery, but I've heard really good things about it. But, like the fact you can make something that's almost like very horror-esque.
Yeah.
Along with When Harry Met Sally and then Stand By. Like working with such a crazy range of actors is just got to be like so cool. I mean, River Phoenix and Stand By Me is like
He's so good in that movie.
top 10 like child performances ever.
It's funny, that movie and the ending of Sandlot do the here's what happened when they grew up thing. And both the lead, obviously River Phoenix in that movie, like he dies. Like that's what's revealed is like he got stabbed at a random
in the
like,
in the first like 3 minutes.
Yeah, like a Burger King, he gets stabbed. And then in Sandlot, they do the whole like Bertram thing where he's like Bertram just got really into the 60s and no one ever saw him again. It's like, what does that even mean? Like what does that mean? So yeah, it's weird that it's just the kids disappearing cinematic universe.
And then maybe throw It in there too, you know?
Yeah. I guess we see the kids from It afterwards.
Yeah, no, it's true. Gotta love it. Gotta love It though, you know?
Yeah.
Had
to love it.
But after Stand By Me, then I watched Casablanca. I feel like that was honestly like kind of good iPad movie. Maybe
I cannot believe you watched these on a plane. This is like the greatest thing.
It was awesome. I really, really liked it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I gave The Godfather Part 2 4.5. Then Stand By Me, I gave it 4 stars. And then Casablanca 4.5. Heading into Casablanca, for some reason, my plane just kept getting delayed. I was upset. I was in a bad mood. I was like, I just need to watch something that's like a comfort movie. And that was not the case. I'm like, you know what? I need to power through. I'm going to watch it and I'm going to enjoy it. And I did. And,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just Rick. What is it? Bogard? Totally blanking on his first name.
Rick Bogard. Humphrey Bogart?
Humphrey Bogart, yeah. Who plays Rick
Rick Bogart.
Just like, he's like the coolest person ever. It's ridiculous. And then I watched The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. Also really, really liked that.
When Mark Wahlberg actually was an actor back in the day.
Before he did
Marky Mark.
I mean his Criterion Collection Flight Risk isn't.
There's like a definitive like turning point in Mark Wahlberg's career, and let me look for it. I'm gonna look for it real fast. Let's see if I can find
Father Stu.
No, Father Stu was real good. Father Stu was real good. And then he was in Uncharted. They never shouted anybody like him before. He was Uncharted. Maybe, man, I don't know what happened to him.
It is crazy though, because he does have like a crazy, like sneaky / like good filmography.
He has a good filmography, like arguably.
The Departed.
Good
I mean,
actor.
The Departed, Ted 1 and 2, Boogie Nights, The Fighter. I Need Some Help Here.
Yeah, Spencer Confidential, Daddy's Home 2,
more.
Transformers: The Last Night.
Maybe it's just those 5 then.
Transformers: Age of Distinction. No, Pain and Gain is good. Pain and Gain is good. Entourage is good. The Other Guys is arguably one of the best comedies the last.
Okay, yes, years. The Other Guys. That's true.
The Departed.
Yeah,
is good in that. Boogie Nights is great. Three Kings is pretty good. Planet of the Apes stinks. The Italian Job is good. That's a good one.
Oh, Lone Survivor.
That also is good.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Yeah, but Mark Wahlberg. I really like Amy Adams is great. I mean, I think the entire cast is just really, really good in this movie. I think it's very well acted, and I think the almost like documentary-esque like style to the movie. I don't know. I really like boxing movies, which
I think boxing is one of the great movie sports.
And maybe I'm wrong.
No, I'm with you. I agree. I think boxing.
I'm about to say something crazy here, but I think out of the majority of the boxing movies I've seen, Rocky 1 might be one of my least favorite.
That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take.
Okay.
It's not.
I mean, Rocky 4. Rocky 4 is elite.
Rocky 4. So here's what I would say. Rocky 1, arguably a better movie. Rocky 4, better. Is that a crazy take?
No. I can get behind that. I think it's just like my personal enjoyment from Rocky. Even though I do like the whole personal development thing and like the idea that anyone can achieve that, I just like I got some personal issues with it as well. But
I saw a YouTube video years ago. I wish I remember the guy to credit him, but it was talking about like the difference between 70s cinema and 80s cinema. And so like in 70s cinema, we were all kind of down on our luck. Like you had The Deer Hunter, and you had like all these movies of people losing, and like that was like the biggest one. Like I just watched it not too long ago. Kramer versus Kramer was like one of the biggest movies of the 70s, and it's about a divorce. Like it's people down on their luck. So in the first Rocky, which came out in 79, he's kind of a loser. He loses in the end, like in the grand scheme, he does. And then they were saying like it shifted in the 80s. We went to like the Reagan era of America, and then all of the characters that you kept from the 70s then became winners. Like Rocky became a winner. Rambo in the first Rambo in the early 80s loses, and like he's a down on his luck guy. And then in the later 80s, we send him back to go win the war. Like it was very interesting to see like that kind of difference. And I think that does hinder the other Rockies, hurt the original Rocky, because it's like, oh, look what it is versus look what it was.
Sure. No, I can understand that.
Yeah. Just very interesting.
No, that is cool. That is cool. I would like to kind of dig a little bit deeper into, like 70s cinema, kind of look at the trail and where that kind of starts to obviously the 80s, and how you can see the culture kind of like seep into the movie.
I mean, yeah, you watched one, right? Chinatown.
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now, Taxi Driver, like about these people that are, they're not traditional heroes.
Sure. They're very much.
And then you go into the 80s and it's like the epicenter of heroism and like over exaggeration heroism. Maybe Star Wars did that too. I mean, Star Wars is a very 80s, 70s movie.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Maybe do a 70s or an 80s episode. That would be fun.
I wouldn't mind that. I'd be on that.
Then Fantastic Four.
Oh, Fantastic Four. Yes, we're gonna get to that. I'm very excited to talk about actually Fantastic Four. I have a lot of thoughts on it. Spoiler alert: I'm already seeing it again tomorrow because of my screening, which we'll get to. All right, let's get into some news. Not a lot of news this week. I cut out some of the stuff that I didn't think would be very interesting, or stuff we already talked about in the past. So the biggest new news is Eddie Murphy is having Donkey's going to have his own movie. Heck yeah. The Donkey movie, baby.
The Shrek verse is expanding. The
Shrek cinematic universe is growing. I always thought it was crazy that Donkey never got his movie, and Puss in Boots got 2 by this point. It kind of was like, why not? That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling why not?
I'm just interested, like, where is it? Like, Puss in Boots, I can kind of see, like, he's very, like, a very adventurous character. As where, like, Donkey's just kind of, like, comedic relief, like, just the biggest friend to Shrek and just will never leave him. So I'm like, what does this story look like? Who is Donkey? What does Donkey do when he's not with Shrek?
Yeah, no, fair enough. I thought it'd be a good time to jump on the Shrek subreddit and see how they feel about this. So some news. The number one upvoted comment is, "This is awesome news. I love Donkey." So it's a massive win for Shrek fans. So yeah, I think the Shrek heads are pretty pumped for this to come out. People are very excited about. Someone said, "quote I'm making waffles." Someone else said, "I hope the good-looking dragon is in the movie." But they used some different terms than I used to describe the dragon. So yeah,
interesting.
People, the Shrek subreddit is, dare I say, beyond excited. So yeah, pretty excited for that. Hopefully they get what they want. Fingers crossed for them. But it's about other Eddie Murphy news. He has confirmed he is playing Inspector Clouseau in a new Pink Panther movie. Which honestly, sign me up. I really like the Pink Panthers from like the 2010s.
I've never seen them.
You've never seen them? Okay, so Charles is a big Pink Panther guy from the 2010s. Okay. I think they're very good comedies for what they are. I think they are very rewatchable, and they're also a perfect time capsule of like the year 2006. Because it was at that time where Beyonce was like, I think I'm an actress. And then it turns out she's not an actress. But it was a very interesting couple of years where she was like in comedies with very well-known comedians. So yeah, good couple of years there in the early aughts. So shout out the gang.
Happy to see Eddie Murphy getting some work.
Exactly. I think that's really where we're at. And also I'm just excited for more studio comedies, which apparently Naked Gun's really good.
Okay,
Like
I've
apparently
seen the
Naked
reviews and
Gun
they
is
look
like
good.
incredible. Like I very rarely trust comedy opinions, but like people that I follow and have followed regularly and like align myself quite a bit with the reviews have said it's incredible. So I'm very excited to see this for next week when we talk about it.
Funny enough, I might be, as soon as I close the laptop here, I might be heading to watch the first one to prepare myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's great. I got to tell you, it's great. So
Yeah.
I hope that this captures it quite well. So hopefully it does.
The whole comedies are dying. I saw that in the movie theater today, and it was just so funny because it showed like the little clips of like Ron Burgundy from Anchorman, and then it showed Hot Rod.
They picked some great clips.
They did, and if they picked any other comedies, I don't think I would have liked it as much. But like they're the very like raunchy, like we don't care, we're just gonna like say whatever we want, and if you laugh, like great. Like Tropic Thunder was in there. Like when I tell you, it's like some of my favorite comedies were just like in that montage. I just had the biggest smile on my face. I'm like, you know what? I need to go see The Naked Gun right now.
I think I'm gonna have to check this one out. Yeah, no, Akiva Schaffer, who's part of the Lonely Island crew, is like the director of this and the writer. I think is one of the best comedy minds working today. I don't know if you ever saw Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Mm-mm.
That is one I'd recommend before we've seen The Naked Gun. It is arguably the best thing Disney Plus has ever done. It is beyond funny. I think it's so good. And like he was like the guy behind a lot of all the digital shorts that they used to do on and Popstar, which is one of my favorite comedies ever.
Oh yeah.
So
Never Stop Poppin'.
this. Yeah, Popstar, Never Stoppin'. And he also directed Hot Rod, which is great as well. So I'm very excited for this. I hope it lives up to the expectations, which I really think it will. I'm very confident in it. So fingers crossed.
It's just like good to be in a theater and like for a comedy, and everybody's laughing. Like it just feels right, you know. And even Friendship.
Yeah, Friendship was. I'm gonna think of a skip for next week for the pod. But like, yeah, even Friendship, like, it's not a lot of laugh out loud moments, but like, it was great to see with people. Yeah.
A lot of it was like, oh man, this is so awkward. But then like people would kind of like it would like the laugh would like squeeze out of their body, like they'd try to hold it in because they're like, oh, this is just.
There's always like that one dude who laughs way too much at like the smaller things, and it just makes everything better. Like, just really, really excited.
Again, that's why I say like comedies. I feel like if you watch them, like if it's one you love and it's like one of your all-time favorites, I feel like you can watch it and it's still just like the best thing ever. Like for me, like Anchorman like holds up as like one of those. But then if it's something new and I'm kind of like, why? It's like you got to get some buddies around, on the couch and just like maybe get some drinks flowing. Like let's just watch like a stupid little movie that may or may not be good.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, last piece of news is before we get into some trailers is Spider-Man. So Spider-Man Brand New Day is filming right now, as of literally today, which is exciting. Rumor mill is saying this is the most quote unquote fantastical Spider-Man to date. Which I wonder if we're entering a new renaissance of like campy comic books again. I think we were for a long time in like I almost want to say like the Dark Knight era where it's like we take it seriously. We were in like the early 2000s where it's like you're embarrassed of the source material unless you're Sam Raimi. But then you went into like the Iron Man Dark Knight era where it's like the darker superhero. And it feels like now we've kind of moved into like the embracing the campiness of it all, and it's especially with what we're going to talk about today and Superman, like you might as well just like embrace what these things are.
Yeah. And I mean, it seems like people are just that. I mean, especially with the younger audiences, this just works. Like it's just brighter for marketing. It works. So I'm not opposed to that. And I do have a lot of thoughts on Spider-Man to come once after, like in Fantastic Four, things that I think were good, things that I would like to see done with Spider-Man in the next movie, because I feel like I was watching this and I was just thinking, man, like they got to do this with Spider-Man. They got to find a way to, like, a lot of that did have to do with like how fresh this entry kind of felt, and the fact that it was like almost like a clean slate.
Did we talk about the recreation of movie posters? Or no, sorry, comic book covers that they're planning on doing?
No.
So apparently, I saw a TikTok about a guy who, like, whenever he hears the word apparently, does that voice, and it just has been in my head now too. So, like, allegedly, there we go. That's a better word. Daniel Dustin Cretton, who's the director of this movie and the director of Shang-Chi, is planning on recreating as many classic comic book covers of Spider-Man during this, swinging, doing things like taking those poses and trying to incorporate them as best as we can into the movie. And like, that just sounds awesome to me. I think the biggest knock, no, I think it's fair to say a knock. Yeah, the biggest knock on the 3 Tom Holland movies is that he doesn't swing. I want Spider-Man swinging. Like, nothing has lived up to Amazing Spider-Man 2 and like Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 for swinging. We need
Andrew Garfield, man. I mean,
dude, Andrew Garfield's the last time they swung practically on set. Like, they put him on wires and swung him around.
Yeah.
Just
I know.
Did you get your tickets for the Raimi trilogy, by the way? Back in theaters?
When does it come out? Does it come out in what, like October?
It's mid-September. I just got mine. It's 3 days in a row. Each one every day for 3 days.
Okay.
So I got mine.
Was it at AMC or?
It's AMC.
Okay.
But you can't use A-list on it, which is silly.
So you have to pay for all 3 of them?
Yeah, it was like $12 each for me for those, which, I mean, I've never seen the Raimi trilogy in theaters, so like for me, I guess it's kind of worth it.
No,
it just
for sure. It's like, I remember I saw The Dark Knight with you guys, and it was like I saw all 3, and I just stubs list. But
I think they've gotten rid of that because people just use it so much. But
I know.
I mean, fair enough, I guess.
But they want us to get our money's worth. Darn AMC.
Yeah. But we want to get some trailers.
Yeah. We got some good trailers this week.
We got some good trailers this week. So the first one, let's do Predator. The new Predator Badlands trailer came out. Some news about it is the Predator is going to be kind of the hero from this. We got some more news as well. That Elle Fanning, who plays the Weyland-Yutani android on the back of the Predator, is obviously a big part of this movie. I am very excited for what this, I think, is setting up. I think of the podcast, I'm the biggest Predator alien guy of the pod. And so I'm very excited to see. I'm convinced that this is going to end with a xenomorph showing up. I'm very convinced that this is going to end with some kind of tease that Alien is coming, and this is setting up the Alien Predator movie, which would just be electric. Because the Weyland-Yutani organization, corporation, for those who don't know, is the main corporation in the Alien movies. It's the one that the Nostromo, why they were on that ship that's owned by the Weyland-Yutani organization, and it's kind of like their big corporation behind the background. So I'm very, very pumped for what this is leading to.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to watch more of the Alien, more of the Predator movies.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I noticed this, but when I was in Seattle for my cruise, I went into a small little like market, and they had like a life-size like replica of like the Predator, and it's like the guy with like, it's like the triangle mouth, right? And he's got like yeah. I mean, it was actually pretty cool. Like I was like, oh, I know what that is.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, but it was like so weird because it caught me off guard. We were walking in here to get like a snack or something, and then I looked to my left and I'm like, this is so out of place, but I love it. More like gas station / like little markets should have just like full size replicas of like movie characters.
Yeah, it's like, where does every once in a while I'll go on Facebook Marketplace and see something that's just like, so it's like, how did you have this in your basement?
Yeah,
like, where did like this come from, that you'd have this? But yeah, no, I'm very pumped for Predator. That's soon. That's like November, which is saying that soon is crazy because it's August, but like we've been flying. It's
crazy.
Yeah,
I can't believe we're through July. It's just,
I know, we're basically almost done with summer movie season. I mean, is there any big blockbuster left?
Weapons comes out next. Not this week, but next week.
That looks good. I'm very excited for that.
I'm so excited for that. So
I don't know if you consider that like a blockbuster, Friday. Freakier Friday. That'd be good.
Freaky Weapons.
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
I think that's really, we've kind of capped summer movie season. Wow, bummer.
How many movies? are in like the Predator / Alien kind of universe.
So
I
it
don't know if you know
depends.
off the
Like,
top of your head.
it depends though. Like, are we going all like full continuity, or like are some things not? Because I guess it depends on what is canon. So Aliens, Alien 3, and then Alien Requiem. They're like the Sigourney Weaver ones. Those are her like 4. Those are
Okay.
all together. And then I think when it jumps to like Prometheus and Alien Covenant and like those ones, I don't think it's the same. I think it's the same timeline, but like slightly different. And then there's the Alien versus Predator movies. There's 2 of those. Predator has like 5. But really, I would just watch Aliens, Predator
Seen both.
1,
Hmm.
and then Prey. And I think you're
Okay.
basically you're caught up where you need to be caught up. Oh, and then Alien,
Great.
the most recent Alien that just came out, Alien Romulus. That was quite good.
Yeah.
And then if you
I
want
did enjoy
more,
that.
obviously like Covenant, Alien Covenant's quite good, and Prometheus I think is very good as well.
What's the Michael Fassbender?
Yeah, so that's like he's
Yeah.
like the through line through those.
Okay.
It's like an android.
Sweet.
So those are good.
That's not too much work.
Next up though is Eternity, which dropped its trailer today. So good thing we recorded. This is Miles Teller, Elizabeth Olsen, and Callum Turner about the afterlife and who you get to spend forever with. So this trailer looked very good, but also she's got to pick the 50-year guy, right? Like that's
I feel
brutal.
like she would have to. Yeah.
That's
like,
just
dude,
God.
but it's just so tough though, because it is such like a crazy, like almost like dilemma. It's like, what do you do in that situation? You know?
I mean,
It's
50
like-
years with that guy, and you're just like, I think I'm good.
I know Miles Teller, like he's just got to be like, it's got to be Miles, and then the other guy's just been waiting for so long.
Yeah,
and
just waiting.
it's just good. I don't know, but I do like it. I like seeing Miles Teller in this movie too. He's
I like seeing
definitely
Miles
like,
Teller in anything.
yeah,
I feel like I've been missing Miles Teller.
I know. It's been a while since I saw him at the upstairs pub. You know, it's, I gotta see him. I gotta see him.
Yeah,
I
and Michael
know I
just
gotta-
keeps getting delayed, so like we may never see him in Michael.
yeah. But I do like seeing Elizabeth Olsen here. I feel like the cast is all. It feels like they have pretty good chemistry here.
Yes.
Callum
Callum
even
Turner
like
is good.
Divine Joy Randolph like showing up in here too is fun. I feel like that can be a kind of a role for her, especially like I feel like we haven't seen her much since she won the Oscar for The Holdovers. But
True.
it was nice to see her in here. But I don't know. I am interested though because I just looked at the runtime and it's 2 hours. So
That's a long time than I
I
thought.
don't-
I thought
It's
this
an
would be like a
interesting-
quick 90.
yeah, interesting idea. But I'm intrigued to see how they play this out for 2 hours. But
Wait, hang on. You're telling me you didn't go see Shadow Force or Bride Hard, the 2 Divine Joyce Randolph movies after her Oscar win?
Bride Hard, that was the one that I think we like just
The
made
Rebel
fun of.
Wilson one?
Yes.
Yeah. That all-time is this real or not real movie? We should play that
You
game.
have
I should
you
find
know,
some movies and see if we can figure out if they're real or not.
yeah. You got Jeff Lowe from your
yeah.
the
Yeah,
Lights
yeah.
Camera Barstool podcast.
Yeah.
His review of Bride Hard is from the director of Con Air comes, holy shit, a terrible movie. These eyes couldn't believe what was being seen.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You know who's
it
got
was,
a great career who just does absolute garbage every once in a while? I think he just says yes to everything. Is Mark Strong. Mark Strong is a good actor who just is in either incredible or garbage. There's no in between.
I would
Just
agree.
mad
I don't think
good
I've seen Mark Strong in a lot of his best movies, but I am like I'm very familiar with his face.
Yeah. Like him, I mean, just some real bad ones. Wow.
Yeah, because I'm looking
My
at his filmography
God.
right now.
Good
It's
for
like
you, Mark
1917.
That's what we call a working actor. Good for you, buddy.
He's having fun. He's doing
Doing what he wants to
decent
do.
as well.
He's killing it.
Let a man live.
Let a man live. All right, next trailer. Got to see it early by like an hour. Peacemaker season 2. Jack, do tell. Are you a fan of Peacemaker season 1 / have you even seen it?
Peace at all at no matter what the cost.
Yes. No matter how many people I have to kill.
I'm a peace head.
You are a peace head. So did you like season 1?
I loved it. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I tell you when he showed up in the Superman movie,
just a great laugh.
Biggest smile on my face. I saw it for the second time. I knew it was coming, and I was like so excited. I like looked at my brother. I was like, "Look!" I was like,
"This guy."
I know that guy.
I know that guy.
No, I love the first season. I am interested, especially with this trailer. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired of this, but it's like, the whole like multiversal thing. It's just like,
yeah,
act like they're in the same universe and just like let's just be done with it.
So that was the big question of just like what is canon, and apparently it's going to get answered very soon in the show. But there is still that big question mark of like, based on how Peacemaker season 2 ended with the Justice League of the old guard.
Yeah.
Is this the same guy? Is it the same universe? And then we have different characters showing up. Like obviously Peacemaker then comes from the Suicide Squad, and in the Suicide Squad, you had Nathan Fillion playing a completely different character, and now he's Guy Gardner. Like, what are we doing here? And also, now you go back even further, and you've Joel Kinnaman back again as Rick Flag Jr. With Rick Flag Sr. coming after him, and now you go back all the way to regular Suicide Squad. So like, where's Will Smith as Deadshot or whatever? Like, so it's just like all these questions that have yet to be answered. And I thought maybe during the panel he was going to answer some, and he just didn't. And so like I just think it's confusing, unnecessarily so. But I hope it gets figured out sooner than later, because I think that if you just took what James Gunn has done and you're like, all right, that's the Gunn cinematic universe, and that's what's happening going forward, it works, right? You can say that Idris Elba's Bloodsport was the one that shot David Cornswell's Superman. That's why he was in jail. And then that even ties into like, hey, why there's no kryptonite left on Earth. They got rid of it all after he got shot. Like, that is an interesting way to take it. But then there's just too many characters that are the same actors again. Like Michael Rooker is showing up in Peacemaker season 2 as a completely different character, and he was that one guy in the Suicide Squad. So it's like, we need to know so I can figure it out.
Yeah, maybe they're just figuring it out too, and they're just like, all right, let's just. The thing I would hate the most is if we get through season 2, and they do almost like the same thing that like Deadpool and Wolverine did.
Yeah, they just keep them like separate.
Where they just keep him in or not keep them separate, but just like keep them in their own universe, basically.
Why did he show up on TV in Superman?
No, I know
that's what's weird.
Because maybe they just show that there's another reality, and that reality has a Peacemaker, and then it just shows that like he is there, but like there can also be this Peacemaker that's in an alternate universe. Like,
I think the simplest way you could have done this is if you put him in the other Peacemaker suit in the Superman movie, because we see the other suit in this trailer. If you put him in that suit and he was being interviewed on TV, then it's like, all right, now when our Peacemaker shows up, probably how the show is going to end is he takes that guy, like he takes the other Peacemaker out, puts him in the other universe, or like vice versa. And now he's in this new one going forward. But because you don't, and it seems like he's going to reject this other universe, it's confusing. But you know what? In James Gunn, I trust. I got to see it before I really make a choice on it. I'm just it's just confusing for confusing's sake.
Yeah. And again, trusting James Gunn. Maybe this is a little too early, but I think after watching the Fantastic Four, I think I appreciated Superman a little bit more.
Yes, I think whichever one came out
certain
first,
qualities.
I agree, which I think we're going to talk about because they're similar movies in an interesting way that I did not expect.
Yeah, but there's things to love about both of them. But it just kind of, I guess, it depends what type of moviegoer you are and what you like. But I think, again, James Gunn, I don't think I've seen anything bad that he's made before, including a holiday special that was the Guardians of the Galaxy,
which was a great holiday special.
Yeah, which easily could have been just like, here's like the biggest pile of dog like you've ever seen.
Just play the hits, and it was not.
It was still fun. It was still fun, and I liked it. So I'm really pumped for this. I remember watching this freshman year, which is just insane to say now.
Yeah,
considering that like
it was 2022.
Season 1 came out mean, I guess it'll be 3 years ago. Or, yeah, 3 years ago. Or, yeah. that
Yeah.
makes sense. My math isn't mathing right now, but either way, I love this show, and I think he was such a great character in the Suicide Squad, or just Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad.
Yeah. No, the Suicide Squad.
He was. See, I always get him like
So
confused.
the is the second one.
Yes, the Suicide Squad was always just like, he was just such an interesting character to me, just because, again, his whole idea of peace, no matter what the cost.
Yeah, no matter what the cost.
Yeah, and I just really like that. And then John Cena is just perfect in this role, and I think he's been in some roles where it's like, I mean, holy cow, Ricky Stenicki.
My
That movie
God.
by no means is a good movie, but
he makes it.
it is worth the price of admission.
Like, he makes it watchable, which is insane.
And getting him in this whole DC universe is just like,
I saw a lot of tweets of like, John Cena is what The Rock thought he was going to be.
yes, 100%.
And I honestly agree, because it is crazy that John Cena gets it. Like, he's not afraid to make fun of himself in a way that's endearing, where I felt as though The Rock always took himself too seriously
Yeah.
in a way that didn't work.
But hey, The Rock is going to take himself very seriously, or has
ever
taken
seen,
himself very seriously.
Have you seen
seriously.
Blockers?
Yes,
He's so good.
I
in
know.
Blockers.
The chugging.
Yes,
scene.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Blockers, he's great. He's got a great role in Tour de Pharmacy. That's another Lonely Island production that's on HBO. It's a short. It's like they made two of those, and they're each like it's like 65 minutes, and they're both like two parody movies. Those are good. He makes Fast 9 watchable, which is
Really?
crazy to say. Yeah, and then he's just
Daddy's Home 1 and 2.
Daddy's Home 1 and 2. Never forget. Ricky Stenicki.
It is crazy looking at his filmography. It's like he is in like all 3 Fred movies.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to win an Oscar. Maybe one day.
And then he has the Barbie cameo as well.
Yeah, which is great in that.
Yeah, crazy.
John Cena will win an Oscar one day. One day we'll get there.
The Cena and The Rock Oscars are just gonna hit so hard.
Yeah,
you know.
Like I'm trying to think of who Cena could play in like a biopic that would just be incredible. I'll think of it one day. I'll get there. Might get there. All right. The last trailer is the biggest trailer of the weekend. Avatar: Ash and Fire, or Fire and Ash. Sorry. This. I mean, okay. So I'm gonna let me paint you a picture, Jack. I purposely chose not to watch this until I saw it in a theater, and that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. But I want to paint. I just picture this right now, audience, folks. If you're driving, close your eyes and listen to this. You're sitting there in the theater in the Dolby, and Nicole Kidman comes up. All right, and I'm like, oh my God, they're not playing Fire and Ash. I'm not going to see this trailer. And then after Nicole Kidman, you think the movie's about to start, and boom, James Cameron, baby, drops it on you. This looks stunning. I am a Na'vi head. I'm fully in. For a decade I made fun of Avatar people, and then The Way of Water just baptized me into the world of Pandora, and I am beyond excited for this. Jake Sully, my guy. I mean, it's crazy. Sam Worthington is so good here, and in everything else, he's just Sam Worthington.
Yeah.
But here, he's so special. Zoe Saldana, incredible. I love this new fire tribe that clearly is like against the other Na'vi, which is awesome. And apparently I think 4 is going to take place on Earth, which it looks like we get a little tease of that with Jake Sully getting like arrested. So maybe Jake's going to go back to Earth in 4. But the aura of Jake and Neytiri walking with like all the banshees behind them flying, oh man, dude, I'm pumped to say the least.
Yeah. And I think it's funny because you watch the first movie and you're like, wow, this is such like a visual spectacle. But it does feel almost like very formulaic in terms of its storytelling. At least the first one, that's how I felt personally. Like I was like, I can kind of see where this is going. Yeah. But then like the second one, I was like, wow, like the visuals are still phenomenal. And I think that weight that was there for the sequel, kind of the anticipation did build up. And I think that did make it a bit better in my opinion.
Yeah.
But then it's just like the story, it's bigger, it's a little bit less predictable than what we gotten. I mean, it introduces Jake Sully's kids, and I think they're all very well written in my opinion. And I think obviously it feels like there's high stakes, at least in the second one for me. And I feel like there's actual payoffs, and there's not detriments, but almost like downsides, just more sad or like thrilling parts of the second movie. But then this one, I'm very interested to see what they do here. Like the Zoe Saldana's character maybe get clipped.
Oh, you think so? You think Naturi is not making it out of this movie?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she signed on for 2 movies, and I don't know.
Have you ever heard of PADS?
No.
That's a post-Avatar depression syndrome. Apparently, it's a thing where like people leave the movies after seeing this and get just depressed that they're not living in the world of Na'vi. Which, you know what?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I am excited to see the fire. There's they have conquered just some of the most impressive like CGI of all time. I feel like that's just plain and simple. I don't think there's any other way to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think how they use the fire, and I still think they got a lot of stuff that's really good that they just haven't shown us yet.
Yeah.
Like they're holding something in their back pocket that I feel like
I feel like something's on its way.
And they got so many. There's so many. Every single shot in this movie, or at least in the trailer, is just like so beautiful to look at. I feel like the entire movie, there's just got to be like shot after shot. It's just got to be like mesmerizing to look at.
Stunning.
So I'm pumped to see this. I'm mad that I didn't see The Way of Water twice in theaters. That's just like crazy.
I'm gonna see this in 3D too. I think 3D, we gotta go do that.
That would be sick. And I mean, I just can't believe it's coming out this year too. The fact that we're getting a third Avatar movie before we're getting a second Batman is kind of bonkers.
Yeah.
Just in terms of how long it took to get the second one done. Like that was also another project where we were like, man, is this even going to come out? Like, is this going to happen? Because it just kept getting delayed.
I know.
Delayed, push back. So, all good things come to those who wait. So maybe that's something about the Batman, but this trailer was just insane.
And then Avatar 4 is until 2029.
It'll be worth the wait. You
know what's going to happen though? They're going to do that the way they end all these Avatar movies is like, it zooms in on Jake Sully's face and he does the eye thing. I feel like this time it's going to be Jake Sully on Earth, and we're going to have to wait 4 years to see what happened to Jake Sully on Earth, and it's going to be super annoying that we're waiting for Jake Sully.
Bro's going to be like, what happened to the blockbusters?
Yeah.
There's so many streaming services. What's going on?
Back when I was here. I mean, just to think about too, that Avatar 4 would be 20 years after the original.
I think I'm just so...
Is there going to be a 5? Oh, there will be Avatar 5. Avatar 5 is... Oh my God. Yeah.
I will say, I was looking through the comments on it's so funny to look at. I don't know if you do this, but like sometimes I'll look at the comments on like YouTube versus like Instagram.
I like to go to the subreddits of specific people.
Okay.
Yeah. Always
feel
right there.
Maybe this was just me, but like I feel like the YouTube comments are sometimes a little bit kinder.
Interesting. I feel like when you go on like Twitter and stuff, it's just like mean.
It's just ruthless. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved reading through the comments because there were someone specifically. They're like, the Avatar movies have always been like a staple in my family. That's always like, me and my family went and saw the first one, and we saw the second one. It's like, and now we're all going to go see the third one. Like, it's one of the only times that I've consistently been able to drag my parents and my family to go see like a specific movie. So I feel like it's kind of cool that like, again, I think we talked about this last week or a little bit ago, that it's like this big cultural thing that I feel like is all over the world. And it's not just like big in the United States, but it's big here. It's big in Europe. It's big in Asia. It's just massive.
Oh my God. It's huge. Like it's just everywhere.
So I'm kind of excited. And like, yeah, the superhero movies having Superman and having Fantastic Four has been like really awesome, but I feel like it's going to be so awesome to have I'm saying the word awesome a lot, but it's going to be very exciting
Cinema's
to have
back on the menu, boys.
cinema just like around the globe, and that like
Yeah.
everyone is eating. And I fully anticipate that everyone will, because Avatar, I think, is everyone's number one.
Yeah.
That was like it's like the free bingo spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you can't get that one wrong.
No.
But
a lot of theories are going around that basically 3 is going to end with them killing Awa, which is like their Mother Earth, and then Sigourney Weaver's character is going to like re-bring life to Awa, which is why the 4th one apparently is called the Seed Bearer, because she is the titular Seed Bearer. Which, you know what, James Cameron, Jimmy. We're gonna call you Jimmy. You're a close personal friend, James Cameron. Jimmy Cameron. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. You do you. You do you, buddy. I'm in. Whatever you need me to be on, I'm in on it.
And this will probably come up later in the episode, but he's not afraid to take his time.
No, he's not.
I like that.
And I think that's what they call a setup in the business.
Like,
you're setting something up right now.
Let these characters exist.
Yeah,
for like
let them hang out.
2 minutes on screen, and let's just
not
watch
be
them.
Afraid of what they're doing. So
I wonder what we could be talking about.
I wonder. Hey, in completely unrelated news, you want to talk some Fantastic Four?
Sounds fantastic.
That's pretty fantastic. All right, let's do some Fantastic Four. So Fantastic Four First Steps, directed by Matt Shakman, against the vibrant backdrop of 1960s inspired retro-futuristic world, Marvel's first family is forced to balance their roles as heroes while with the strength of their family bond while defending Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic herald, the Silver Surfer. Starring Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, Joseph Quinn, Ralph Ineson, and Julia Gardner, along with Paul Walter Hauser in I would say, a pretty good role as Mole Man.
Yeah.
And Natasha Lyonne as a character that you meet for 2 seconds, and she's very interesting, and then you never come back to her ever again, which a little tease for how we feel about this movie, or at least for how I feel about this movie. Jack, why don't you go first?
I'm gonna go non-spoilers, right?
Let's do non-spoiler first.
Yeah. The first like an hour and 30 minutes of this movie, I'm like locked in. I loved like every second. I feel that way, but then I think overall, once the movie ended, I felt not like disappointed, but I was like, man, I feel like there's a lot more to this movie than what it actually gave me. So that was my initial reaction. But like, holy cow, the first like 30 minutes of this movie just like sucks you into this whole just world and how like vibrant and colorful it is. Just something that like we can't talk about enough is like making these places like look just like so comic booky, but I think it works so well in this movie. And there's a space sequence in this movie that is like, I'm not going to say it's like my favorite scene of the year, but it's like certainly up there.
It's pretty awesome.
It's insane. And I think the whole retro futuristic vibe that they were going for, they just absolutely killed it. And I said this in my Letterboxd review, but like this might be, in terms of like aesthetics, might be one of my favorite Marvel movies ever. But then when you nail it down to the characters and you come down to the plot, I think there are a couple of issues. I think, as I was kind of hinting at earlier, I don't think we had enough time with these characters. We get thrown right into the mess. And as we're like the movie like Superman, you kind of get to learn his values, what they care about, like, which I really like that. I like that he showed who he was. Like, even like, I mean, obviously they showed the Fantastic Four like saving people early in the movie. That's not a spoiler, but I like that. I did. But personally, I think I would have liked to see a little bit more dialogue, simply just between the four of them, or just interacting with more civilians. And we get like a small taste of that, but I feel like it's just like so surface level that I just wasn't really satisfied with it. But overall, I did really like the movie, and I had a blast. I think for me, like my appreciation for like the OG Fantastic Four movies, and then even like the comics, like genuinely, they're just like in my head. I'm not gonna say like my favorite superheroes, but like I think for anyone, if you love superheroes and you grew up when we did, like Fantastic Four is up there with like Spider-Man, Batman.
Yeah, I mean the Fantastic Four. I mean, in my opinion of how like it should go, it should be like Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Wonder Woman are like the four, and then when you go down to layer 2, it's like Hulk, Wolverine, Fantastic Four,
and like kind of like
yeah.
And even like I see like Iron Man kind of up there, but Iron Man's like we kind of like grew.
I'm thinking more of like if you went before the movie, right? Like if you were talking like, hey, who are the big ones before 2008?
Yeah,
I mean, you'd think for Marvel it's Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hulk, and then the Fantastic Four. I would say is like the big ones, and then like some other X-Men, but like those are like the big ones. And it's crazy they haven't had like a good movie until I would say now.
Yeah, and even honestly, I rewatched the first one, and I think it is very much a heavy nostalgia thing for me that I really do like it. And I think maybe this is crazy for me to say, but I think I do like our early 2000s Reed Richards a little bit better than I do like Pedro Pascal's, and I think it was like not upsetting for me to like watch him because there are some parts of this movie where I really do like him. I really do like him in this. And maybe it is just due to maybe like poor writing and just poor direction, maybe. But like,
I think the runtime kills him in this movie.
I just don't feel like we know anything about him.
Doesn't get a lot done.
Like he's just like he pops in, he's like, oh, the really smart guy, and then him and in spoilers, we'll hop into some of the conversations and the heavy topics that kind of deals with. But I don't know. I do like in this movie, we do get like good Johnny and Ben interaction. I think I did really like that. It wasn't as heavy as the first two movies. It feels almost kind of like a banter like I'd have with my brothers or something.
Yeah.
So I did really like that aspect of it, and that they weren't like truly so hateful. Sorry, I'm just trying to spitball here.
No.
Julia Gardner, like no notes. I think she like.
I think she's really good.
Fantastic, but I think the character, there is a very big something that I feel like wasn't really fully fledged out towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But I did love her character, and I think she looked great. The action sequences with her are just like phenomenal. I think it does beat like the previous Silver Surfer adaptation that we had gotten.
I would agree.
Personally.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I agree.
And then like I think we get so much aura farming, but I still think we get like a little snippet of who she actually is, and I'm like,
we get enough.
Like give me everything. Like I need a prequel on what is it, Shalabal? Shalabal, yes.
I'm with you, man.
And then there's just some key plot points that I think I'm just kind of like,
yeah.
I'm gonna. Sorry, I went on for a while.
No, you're good.
It's very fresh. I feel like it's very fresh on my mind.
You just saw it a couple hours ago. Like I agree with a lot of what you just said. I think the biggest disservice here is the runtime. This needed 25 extra minutes, and I did some reading on it over the last couple of days because I was just curious of like why, especially because a lot of the trailer stuff isn't in this, and allegedly. There was a longer cut that they showed to test audiences, and the test audience just wasn't a fan. I think that you need to do away with test audiences and just trust what Matt Shakman was doing, because I think he had it right. When it was working, it worked well. When it wasn't and it was chopped up, it's just like, what are we doing, guys? Like, I mean, I think test audiences got it wrong. Test audiences love the Flash. They thought they should remove the squirrel moment from Superman. Sorry, guys, test audiences are wrong. I think that there's a great movie in here, and it's just chopped to pieces because unlike Superman, which is messy, it is full, it is overstuffed, this ran away from that where Superman embraced it. And I think that is the biggest reason why this doesn't work as well as Superman does. Because I think you have the pieces there to make it work. It's just they're afraid to do it. And the only person who has enough screen time to become a character and is easily the best character in the whole movie is Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. I think she is really incredible here. I think this is like a big star turn moment for her. She's funny and charming and like easily makes you fall in love with her as soon as possible. She is definitely the standout from this cast. I think Joseph Quinn did a good job as Johnny. I think that his haircut is just so bad. My God, dude.
Really?
I think his haircut does not work in this movie.
Okay.
There's a couple scenes where it shows him with a different haircut, and I'm like, yeah, that's
Really?
the haircut. Yeah. The bowl is not working for me. The Thing is interesting because I think The Thing works 70% of the time because Evan Bachrach is like pretty charming and like it looks incredible. I mean, it just looks incredible. But there's a subplot here that they just cut. Like clearly they got rid of it for I don't know why. Like you have Natasha Lyonne as the love interest, and it was interesting. I was like, I'm in on this, and it's just afraid to do it for some reason, and I don't know what that is. And then I think Pedro Pascal honestly got the biggest brunt of the cuts because he, I think, is in the background for a lot of this movie, and when he is in the forefront, like I think he actually is a pretty good Mr. Fantastic because he's got like the socially awkwardness and like the just disconnection from humanity that I think works well. But I feel like if you didn't know these characters and like you didn't know who they were, would Mr. Fantastic come across as like an uber genius to you? I don't know if he would. I mean, like there's a couple scenes where Johnny Storm is the smartest guy in the room.
Which I did like that.
I like that. I think that's not a bad thing to do with Johnny Storm. It's just like, it's interesting that I felt like Mr. Fantastic got out thought a lot, which is interesting. But I'm with you. I think Julia Gardner is really great. Here's the Silver Surfer, and shout out Ralph Eisen, man, as Galactus.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot to do, but great when he was there. But I think Paul Walter Hauser was awesome as Mole Man.
Yeah,
just like so cheesy in a way that works. And when he shows back up, and like will only talk to Sue, I thought that was very funny. And I really like that as well.
The whole joke where he's like, this is, I don't know. I guess this is a spoiler, but the whole like, wipe your feet off. I thought that was really funny.
I like that also. I thought that was good.
I was like kind of cackling at that. I was like, oh, like that's a good one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think we could have gotten more of. I think if we would have focused in more on like the four characters and how much this movie is a movie about these four, I feel like I just don't know a whole lot about them.
I'm with you. Besides Sue, I really don't feel like I know them very well. But I think that we'll get to know them more. And I think the biggest bummer is we're at least 4 years away from another Fantastic Four movie now with just them. I mean, we're going to get obviously 2 Doomsdays back to back, but like, that's them where it's not.
My whole issue with the whole Pedro Pascal of it all was like, if Marvel's kind of printing him out to be this big leader.
Yeah, I never felt that.
Movies, I didn't feel that here. So like maybe that's an arc. Maybe that's something where he kind of grows into this confidence and like throughout Doomsday, he kind of like leads that. I would like that. But if that doesn't happen and he just kind of stays the same way that he is right now, like he's supposed to be like the leader of the Fantastic Four, like very confident in his decisions. And like when he does make these important decisions in the movie, it just doesn't feel like he's really like putting the hammer down. And it's like, yeah, like this is what we're doing.
I think let me pitch you how I think I would have fixed this ending, and you tell me if that would have helped your opinion of it.
Do we hop into spoilers? Or
I think we're going to go into spoilers. All right, so let's hang on. Right before we get to that, before we get really talking about this, what would you give it out of 100? I gave it a 72. I'm seeing it again tomorrow, just because I feel as though like it was the last day of Comic-Con. I was exhausted. I was hand up like a couple times. I was starting to fade a little bit in the theater. So like I don't feel like I gave this movie a full fair shake. So I'm going to see it again tomorrow, and I can, if anything changes, I'll let you guys all know next week. But I gave it a 72 out of 100.
Yeah, I'm at like a 73. I'm just like,
okay, fair, yeah.
Genuinely, I think it's just like really small nitpicky things. It's fun. I had a great time.
It's more frustrating that you can tell there's a better movie in here.
Yeah,
like it's
there's
just
like there's great moments. There's these pieces, these little chunks where you're like, man, this is so good.
Like, this cast, I think, is actually awesome.
Yeah,
they just need one better haircut and more time to hang out. And I think that we're there.
Like they can play Uno or something, right? Like just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they can play
Them
Quattro.
cooking dinner was great, but I feel like it just happened so fast. Like it went from we're making dinner to we all figure out Sue's pregnant to now like we're kind of uncles to now the movie's like we're in the third act. It's like
Yeah.
how'd that happen?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my pitch. What I would have done to
Spoilers.
Spoilers. So obviously the ending they boot Galactus off the Earth.
Yeah.
But before that, they have the conversation about teleporting the Earth to a different place.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been far more interesting if that was successful, quote unquote, is if Reed lied to the family and teleported the Earth somewhere he didn't know. He just teleported them away to save his family. And he's like, one day I'll find it again. And then that, or even he just teleports the family and leaves that Earth to die. That I think would have been interesting because you could have had the family think that he did it. And then that leads into the post-credit scene of Thunderbolts where now they're in the 616 universe, the main Marvel universe. And there's this great lie that's overarching what's happening. And that is your perfect introduction to Doom of Reed Richards abandoned us and abandoned me on our planet. And so now I will stop at nothing to destroy him and every other Reed Richards that's ever existed. I think that is a far more interesting way to do this. And I don't know why they didn't.
See, I love that. I love the idea of it, but it is much, much darker. And
Correct. I think that for Reed, that's not a bad way to go. Because I think you could have played it if you wanted to do the redemption arc, right? It's Galactus wanted one thing. He wanted the kid. He wanted Franklin. So if you wanted to play it that way to Reed, or maybe they figure out that Galactus is going to stop at nothing to chase the child. So Reed decides to leave the universe so that Galactus keeps chasing. That would have been maybe you could do it that way. And it's still like he didn't abandon them fully, but like he did, but also it was because of the reasoning. So like you could have still made Reed like a goodish guy, but still he lied to everybody. I think that would have been a fascinating way to do this. And then the ending of Doomsday, where they're going to probably do like the Avengers Lost moment, is the Avengers finding out that it was all a lie by Reed and that Doom is here because of what Reed did. And the great lie has now come back around to haunt Reed. I think that would have been an interesting way to handle this and make it more Fantastic Four focused. But obviously it didn't happen, but we still got Doom. So do you want to talk about that ending?
Yeah. I mean,
did you like it?
I did, but I didn't. Like,
yeah, I felt that way.
I was like, oh, like that's so cool. But then I was like, why are they just like hanging out in their living room? Like, this is like if it's actually Doom, I feel like he would just run away with the kid. Like,
I know. I don't know the motivation because that's the most frustrating thing is like I have no idea of what this motivation would be.
You know, and maybe this is I doubt they scrap this, but like because I feel like it's got to be like important to the storyline, right? Like the fact that Doom and Franklin are just like chilling in the living room.
Yes.
But like they have thrown away, you know, maybe it was just there to build hype. But at the same time, they just wanted to build hype. They could have done basically like bar for bar what they did with Thanos. Like, fine, I'll do it myself instead of grabbing the glove. Just like they could have. I think there's definitely several different routes they could have taken to shown the immense aura of. I do like that they didn't show his face.
I liked that. I think they're saving that for a big moment.
If Robert Downey Jr. showed up and he's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" I would have been.
Yeah.
So I did like the fact that I think they should have just kept the mask on though. Like you should have just seen the green hood and you're like, I know who that is. Boom, done.
Yes.
Wasn't the biggest fan of the mask. I think the mask from like the small little peak that we have of it, I wasn't like crazy about it.
I'm glad it's practical and not nanotech. I was very worried it was going to be like the Iron Man, just like or like nanotech. So the fact it's just being holding his hand, I like.
I like that, and I think we are headed towards it, especially with this movie. We got so many like practical suits. I mean, there are some awesome set pieces in this movie, that I hope that Marvel just kind of continues to steer
Mhm.
towards. Even if it is just the suits, that's fine.
Yes.
Like, I'm totally cool with that. Like, still do like a bunch of the CGI backgrounds. I don't care. But please just make the suits look like the fact that people can go to Target or wherever it is and buy these suits and people are going to the movies decked out in these. That's just so cool.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, makes you money. So, like, there's a little bit of incentive there.
Yeah. I think this is the most worried I've ever been going into an Avengers movie. I mean, I read something today as well that this is the longest gap since 2008 between comic book movies.
Mhm.
I mean, the next one is Supergirl next summer, and then Spider-Man, which I really think they had an opportunity here to do something special to set up this team for the Avengers going forward. And I just think that they got afraid. I don't know why. I think they got worried, and so they were like, maybe it was the reception of Captain America or whatever it may be. I think they got afraid to do something different, and so they played it safe, and that ultimately hurt them because I don't know the motivations of these characters outside of what I know from a comic fan. But if you're not someone who read the comics, do you still feel the same way about these characters, and are you still excited? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can just kind of breaking it down into why I feel like these characters didn't get. I mean, the moments between like Reed and Sue,
Yeah,
I feel like they were good, and I felt like they had chemistry, but I wasn't like totally sold on it.
yes,
I think, again, I think it was due to Reed not getting as much screen time as I wish, and I did like the whole banter of them where he's like, again, Pedro Pascal having stretchy legs and
he didn't use his powers all that much.
But thinking about math equations, it seems like some other movie we've seen this year. But just the fact that he does think like, we could give up Franklin. I did like that.
Yeah.
And I like the whole thing of where like there are some things that she knows and she does think about that he just says, and that because he kind of is that like awkward, but also like not really fully socially aware of what to say and what not to say. I did like that.
Yeah.
But again, I do just feel like he was put on the back burner here. But then I think someone that was really put in the back burner that I think a lot of people wanted to see was Ben Grimm. I mean, you have this incredibly
big
awesome
fumble.
Incredibly awesome. Just mirror him looking at himself in the television, looking at his human form, and almost this feeling of like, who is he, and finding his identity, dealing with what has happened, and you can tell he's still dealing with that in this movie.
Yeah,
but it's just chopped to bits. I mean, they're like, he's standing outside, fully dressed, ready to go into the.
He's ready. Fits.
I know, bro was fitted up. He was ready to head into the building, and then he decided to, last minute not to. And I think he just needed some more speaking moments. I think we got a lot of him existing, but we didn't get a lot of him saying, things of substance.
Yeah.
And maybe it's me just saying, hey, I want the perfect, Fantastic Four movie where I get, Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm to have great banter, Reed and Sue to have perfect chemistry. But I think this movie is good, but I do think there are elements that if I were to say, like, if I wanted a perfect Fantastic Four movie, I think it's seriously lacking.
Yeah, I'm with you. I also think it's interesting to have a Ben Grimm who's almost like, I mean, not accepted, but the closest we've seen in a long time to being okay with being the thing. And also like he was kind of finding love, and like Natasha Lyonne's character was interesting, but they just didn't use her like at all. And I just don't understand why you'd cast Natasha Lyonne as this character who is interesting. It ties to Ben backstory. Like, Ben is to me the heart and soul of the Fantastic Four, and it's just back burner. I think that is the biggest complaint with this movie that we're going to just keep having is you needed 20 more minutes. 20 more minutes. You could have spent some time with them. And I think as well, it's interesting to explore a world with superheroes where they've kind of solved all their issues. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing they talked about is like the Fantastic Four basically did it. Like, so to have a world where you look at, these heroes that have actually done everything they needed to do, like, how do you handle that as a hero? I think is
Yeah.
an interesting way to do it. Where like Johnny kind of struggled, like he didn't, like that was like it was teased a little bit, but it wasn't explored. Of like Johnny Storm not having the world to save is an interesting character arc that he could have went on during this movie, which is why he became so obsessed with the Silver Surfer. Like that is something that would have been interesting for his character, where like, Reed was the protector, where like he made those super like bots or whatever they were, like the police bots that were solving all the crimes for them, like they were all set.
Mhm.
So like you could have had Ben Grimm as like the thing being, I look like this and I'm like this because I am able to help people. So now that I don't need to help people, what do I do? Like that's such an interesting
Yeah.
take that I don't know why they're afraid to do it.
And we got the trailer. The trailer, I remember this because I was excited about it. You had the scene with Ben Grimm, and you had Sue Storm or Sue Richards. No one says Sue Richards.
Yeah, no, Sue Storm.
But they're having the conversation in the trailer, and that just got completely cut.
Yeah, a lot.
And you know
of
what?
cut.
Maybe that was a 30-second conversation, but I think what this movie needed more of that energy, like something that made me sit up and be like, you know what, maybe, like it was getting towards the end of the movie, and I was like, maybe this movie can be great, and it like will be great. Is the scene where you have Reed Richards talking to Franklin, where he's like sitting on the medical device that he created, and he's like, I created this device so I could know more about you. But the more I learn about you, the more it scares me.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to turn it off. Like for me, like it felt so simple, but it was so perfect just to like have such a small moment, but it defines who Reed is. And I think that moment like is great. And is it maybe greedy of me to say like, I want several of those moments in this movie? Maybe.
I think it's crazy we've gotten to the point where like we feel greedy asking for character development in the billion-dollar blockbusters. It's like, what?
No, I know.
Like, but that's what I think that's where it's too. It's a shame that we've like got to this point because like, I think about Superman, right? The biggest parts of that movie that I think you look back on the most fondly is people talking. The Raimi trilogy, like that. I mean, I hate to keep being that guy, but like it is the gold standard for these. The pinnacle of those are people talking. Like that is what these should be, especially Fantastic Four, where it's the family. The family dynamics is number one. The Fantastic Four, the villain is secondary, in my opinion, 99% of the time, to the family dynamic. And it felt as though they were afraid to embrace that was because they wanted to show you Galactus. And even in that point, it's not like Galactus was in this a whole lot.
He was great. I did think he was in there.
He looked great. Like, but like if you
just
just kept the same amount of Galactus time and spent more time with the family, it's like, all right, we're good.
Yeah, I think we just went from point A to point B to point C to point D in just like the fastest way possible.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I'm not going to bring up Man of Steel again, but I am going to bring up Man of Steel again. But like, and even Superman too. The fact that these superheroes have these more like that they have feelings and that they do have problems and that they aren't perfect. This family felt very like perfect to me.
Yeah.
Was that just me?
I felt the chemistry here.
Like I felt the chemistry, but like at the same time, like every family has their problems,
Yeah.
And like
they felt like a family.
Sue and Reed, they have their disagreement, but like it never feels real. Like it just kind of like, oh man, darn, she walks away and they're back together like 2 seconds later. Like I just feel like again there was no real stakes. I just didn't feel like there wasn't anything. I was never really like, worried. I wasn't really on the edge of my seat. Like, oh man, what's gonna happen?
I'm with you.
Like they're not like even when Galactus is just he wanted to eat Franklin, right? So that his cosmic hunger would be
like satiated.
Yeah, satiated. He had the baby in his hand. What was bro doing?
I know.
Was it just like maybe I missed a plot point or something? But like
farming.
He fully picks up Franklin in the house, And then he like just stands there, or he turns around, and then Sue's like, "Not on my watch." Also, I know Sue is very powerful, but is this her basically almost taking out Galactus kind of like by herself? Personally,
Oh,
kind of blows me away.
I kind of liked that, to be honest
Okay.
with you. I
Okay.
thought, because to me Sue is always the strongest of the
Okay.
Fantastic Four, and I did like that, the motherly.
Yes, of course.
She locked in like that. You know how they do the whole like, when a mom's baby is trapped in her car, she can lift the car kind of thing. Like, that's what I felt it was, just on a level of
Yeah.
superheroes.
No, I did like the fact that she was kind of protecting her family, but I was just almost like Galactus is this just immensely powerful figure, and the fact that
Yeah.
it didn't feel like it felt like no one else was kind of like the fact that the Thing, like the best thing he could do was like knock down a building so he couldn't lean on it. Like that just felt
Yeah.
kind of weird to me. The fact that like the team wasn't all like doing their best to like keep him distracted so that she could like use all of her
Yeah.
powers.
I mean,
to,
usually like the Fantastic Four, outside of like Reed building a perfect weapon, can't really beat Galactus like just
No,
with
sure.
powers.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But it's like even like I don't know. Like and it was funny because obviously we had Johnny kind of like trying to like catch him on fire, and he was just like still like moving along,
Yeah.
like it just didn't do anything. And I did like that. And maybe I'm critiquing too much here. But then I think for me it's like the what is it, Shalabal?
Yeah.
Just basically
I-
booting out the Human Torch to sacrifice. Because when he started to do it, I'm like sitting there thinking like this just can't happen. Like they're not going to get rid of the Human Torch in the first. And
They're setting that up though. They're setting that up eventually.
that he's going to make the sacrifice play.
Oh
that
yeah,
he will.
because he does in the comics. He makes the sacrifice play. He also, for how much Human Torch was like, say the thing about like it's clobbering time. My man never said flame on. What's up with that?
Did he not?
No, he never said flame on.
Dang. Oh my gosh, I think it was it also the scene where he's like flying over the water in the trailer? Like I feel like that just never happened too. Maybe I'm also, I don't know.
Yeah, I think rewatch. I'm gonna rewatch it tomorrow. I'm gonna hopefully maybe have a similar reaction with Superman where like I like it more the second time. I'm worried I'm gonna like it less the second time, but we'll see. We'll cross the bridge when we get there.
But even like the Silver Surfer, I was just like the fact that she kind of made the sacrifice play. Like I understood it,
Aura.
but at the same time, I was just kind of like,
I was like, is this what we're doing?
Like this is just kind of like, oh, it was convenient to do this, so
Yeah.
let's do this. Like if you gave me more character arc on her story, like yeah, like that works. But then, and then again, I was watching this movie and I'm thinking to myself, like, can Sue Storm make it through an entire movie without like almost dying? Like every single one,
Yeah.
she's like literally like
Close to death.
99% dead.
Yeah.
And then like the only reason she came back this time was because of Franklin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
in that moment there, I don't think I misinterpreted that, but it's like very obvious that Franklin just like fully just like revives her.
I mean, dude, Franklin is like
I know.
insanely powerful. Like,
Yeah.
Franklin is like the guy.
And then like I'm just very interested to see like how Franklin, like, are we just gonna get like a 5-year-old Franklin and like a 7-year-old Franklin? Like what is
So,
like, what are we
I
going
mean,
through here?
You want me to lay out some comic lore for you?
Sure.
Franklin is taught. So basically in the comics, Franklin Richards is like the guy, like he's so powerful. So in part of the comics, an older Franklin comes back to the past Franklin when he's like a little boy and teaches himself how to use his powers. So I would not be shocked if we get a version of that,
Okay.
or maybe like an older Franklin shows up and is the guy. I think too, like they keep talking about the next two Avengers movies are going to like reset the universe. I think that Franklin is going to probably reset the universe, that all of these things are in the same timeline now, or the same universe going forward. And so there's one continuity and the multiverse is kind of over. I wouldn't be shocked if that happened. I think as well that I just don't know how you're gonna do Doom. Like, where is the motivation? Like, even you're right, Thanos was set up in like a very interesting way. Like, we've had what 3 movies since then to set up Doom, and we haven't done yet. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I just don't know where or how it's going to get set up, but I think it'll make for Doomsday. There will be lots of thoughts for Doomsday.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I hope that we are at Comic-Con and we can bid at that panel to see it. So we'll cross.
I don't think I've ever been this excited for Marvel and Disney at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So or not Marvel and Disney, Marvel and DC. Sorry. Yeah. I think both just have like very bright futures. I think with the Thunderbolts, I think that was a great stepping stone to where we're headed now. And you know what? If this is the best the Fantastic Four gets before, we get them in really, really
it's crazy because I feel like we're shitting on this movie when we both like it.
I loved it. I had a really good time.
I really liked it. It's just it's an all-time disappointing movie because you see where it could have been.
Yeah, I feel like disappointing is like a really harsh word
maybe
to
missed
use.
opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Yes.
I think
missed opportunity is a better way to say it.
Aesthetically, it's something so different than Marvel has ever done. But then in terms of the storyline, it's just the same thing that we've seen over and over again.
To be what it is, and it's just like, why?
Yeah, and we've already seen the Fantastic Four win. And I'm not saying I need them to lose, but
that would have been interesting, right? Or maybe they do lose, and then maybe them losing makes Doom mad because Doom figures out that Reed could have won and he chose not to because of his kid or whatever it may be.
And see, this is the thing. I think this is the thing. But
that was pretty fantastic.
This is just kind of a comparison for me. Heading into this movie, I feel like most people expected Fantastic Four kind of has to escape their universe because it's just going to get eaten by Galactus, right?
Yeah.
Most people expected that ending. No, I feel like most people I've looked at, maybe not most people, a lot of people really do like this movie, and I'm very happy about that. We like this movie. Some people are like top 10 MCU stamp, boom.
No.
Something I think about is like Guardians 3.
Yeah.
And obviously we know the characters. I know it's completely different, but like in my mind, everyone was heading into that movie like, dude, Rocket is just so cooked. Bro is beyond dead. Like this is all we're gonna see of him. Ends completely different than what we expected, but walked away from that movie just like, and I think for a lot of people that is easily a top 10 MCU movie.
Yeah.
And I think here again, it's just like James Gunn. What James Gunn does really well is he brings these characters that are like brand new and he makes you care about them in one way or another. And he sheds a little like mystery dust. I mean, like, holy cow. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, what happened in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was just barely hinted at in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And it just turned into something like incredible as to where I don't feel like there was a lot of mystery to these characters. Aside from like Ben Grimm's whole like mystery, I don't know if mystery is the right word, but like there's a lot we don't know about these characters, but it's not like in a where could this lead type of way.
Yeah, it's more of just like, all right, is this who they are?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Sorry, I feel just very passionate about like.
No, I'm with you. I mean, I think
movie.
To think about it some more. I think the most interesting way they could have went about this is by having Reed be the bad guy at the end. Not in a way, like in a way that maybe tears the audience, right? Like maybe he did figure out that it's basically the Earth or his kid, and there's no way to stop Galactus, and he chooses his kid. Like, and he's just like, that's what he's willing to do for family. And then that leads to Doom coming after them. Like that is such a simple way. Yeah, you'd have some people in the audience be like, oh my God, like you'd have the Star-Lord all over again, right?
Yeah.
But like that was good. That was good tension. It was good for character arcs. I think they're just so afraid to do outs. I don't know. Well, but you know what? That's it. That's fantastic.
Maybe we need to rewatch some of the older see, after watching this, like, maybe I need to rewatch one of the older, like, this is 1,000 times better than, or not 1,000 times better, but like, I think this is better than Thor 1 and 2. 100%. I can stamp that down.
2 for sure.
2 for sure. 1, you can debate that.
Better than the Marvels, better than, I mean, it's better than we've gotten a lot recently.
This is a good movie. It's just, I think it had a lot of weight on its shoulders, and it's a very big project. And naturally, a lot of people are going to love this. And naturally, a lot of people are going to be like, I'm kind of disappointed. Something we didn't talk about. Sorry, I know this. I don't.
No, you're good. You're good.
I know
Marvel,
we're about to wrap this up.
Marvel, we always go long.
The whole like Interstellar-esque by the wormhole.
That's
that
pretty
whole
cool.
sequence.
That's
It's just
cool.
it looked just so beautiful. Like I
Yeah, no, it was
genuinely
pretty sweet.
want to go watch it all over again just to see that sequence again.
Yeah, no, that was pretty sweet.
Maybe I rewatched this and I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is a lot better than I thought it was. But I think some of my very minute critiques will stay strong. I think what might sway me is like, do I really like this version of like the Fantastic Four? Like, do I really like who these characters are? And I think I found myself doing that in like Superman.
Yeah.
Because
fair.
I think I rewatched Superman. I was like, David Cornsweet is a just incredible Superman. As where after the first watch, I was kind of like, I don't really know. And I think it is hard because these are characters that we can compare with. Like, never had another Iron Man. We've never had another Captain America. It's just like, how do we pair these characters up? I mean, obviously we have Sam Wilson as Captain America now. And I think just like comparing the two is just, I think that is the biggest detriment that we can do to like these movies, like compare them to the OG movies or like the OG characters that we had when we grew up and we know their full character arcs already, you know?
Yes, agreed.
So like, I don't want to compare it to the old ones. So I'm very excited to see where these characters go and like what happens with them in Doom. Yeah, sorry.
No, no, don't be sorry. That's Fantastic Four. Overall, we liked it, but missed opportunity to say the least.
Yeah.
Quick Happy Gilmore 2 thoughts for me. This is not a movie. This is a ad for cameos. There is a movie in here that's interesting and I think works. There's a couple good jokes. I mean, I didn't not like it. I liked it, but it's just, it's so paint by numbers and like so like checking the boxes of what Happy Gilmore is. If you're a fan of Happy Gilmore, you're gonna like this. There's no doubt in my mind. If you don't like Happy Gilmore, I don't think you'll like this all that much unless you like, cameos here and there. My biggest issue is they could have gone the less safe route and done like a Rocky Balboa legacy type sequel where he comes back and like it's still jokes, but like you take it a little more seriously. And I think they went the let's just do see what sticks kind of jokes, and that was definitely a path, which I think works well for a Netflix release. But this just is not. I'll never probably rewatch this ever again. Does it affect my like of Happy Gilmore 1? No, not at all. I think it's a nice little cherry on top to the whole thing, but it's just beyond forgettable, I think. I mean, I watched it 2 days ago and I already kind of forget some of the points. So,
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I think my brother wants to watch that as soon as I get.
I think if you watch this with a crowd, it'd be good.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see about that.
We will. We will see about that. But yeah, that's my Happy Gilmore thoughts. Sorry if I crushed your dreams.
What did you give it out of 100? I want to know.
A 50.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
It just feels disgusting how close that and Fantastic Four feel.
Yes, fair.
Like 50 and because I don't know, but I did want to show this really quick before we ended. So I had a whole saga with my Sinners Steelbook because I pre-ordered it after I saw it in 70 millimeter. It's like, you know what, I need this. Ordered it at Walmart. Didn't know that Walmart had some Steelbook problems in the past. And there was a point where couple weeks ago, it said that it had shipped and it would be here like July 6th. Well, it was July like 15th and it hadn't even shipped yet. And people were saying that they ran out, like I might not get it, they might cancel my order. And I was like, ah. I was like, you know what, but I got to get it on like some sort of physical release.
Yes.
Went to Walmart, went to Walmart and I got the 4K. I'm like, you know what?
Nice.
I won't open it yet. And if it comes in, it comes in. Well, I literally got off the boat.
I'm off the boat.
I got off the boat for my cruise and I look at my phone. It says your package has arrived, and it came in the mail. And I'm like,
yes.
And it was funny because I remember when the cover art came out, I was like kind of unsure about it, but like I really like in person, I really like it. So was really pumped to get that. Well, the good thing is now I get to take back the original 4K version, and maybe I can do a little shopping and see what else they got.
Oh, I like what you're saying here, sir.
See,
it's pretty fantastic.
It's pretty unfantastic that we missed our fantastic third.
Yeah.
Episode.
Sorry, folks. Should I do a little "Where's Charles at" right now, and see if he's still at the office?
I will like to.
This would bum me out if he's still at the office. I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, he's literally, I think, on his street, so he's getting home. Nice. All right, that's not bad. All right, shout out Chuck. All right, well that's it. Next week we are going to talk some Naked Gun, so get in a comedy mood, and we'll have Charles back. So yeah, that's a great summer movie season, folks. I'm very, very pumped. We're going to try to do a lot more skits and stuff. I'm going to try to do a lot more as well. Just doing more stuff as we go along. Summer's kind of weird. A lot of stuff going on, things happening. I think in the fall, we'll kind of settle back into a little bit better of a schedule as well. Just so, just so everyone knows. But yeah, I'm going to try to be more active as well on social media and things like that to keep more engaged. So shout out, but till next week. You got anything else, Jack? What's the TikTok sound? It's all the Fantastic Four stuff. All right. Yeah. Peace.